Good morning YouTube, my name is Nick with NK Landscaping, again as usual, and today I'm going to show you how to replace the battery in a Kubota KX033. So as you heard, this thing had a little bit of trouble cranking over this morning. It wasn't super cold last night, it was about 28 degrees when I started this thing, and it was really struggling. We're on the original battery from 2019. I'm not actually sure how old the battery is. That battery could be quite a bit older than that. That's just the machine's considered 2019. It's a pretty simple, straightforward process. It might look a little scary once you first look at it, but it's not that bad. So let's dive into it here and get this thing swapped out so I can keep on working this machine throughout the winter. So we first have to open our engine access cover. The battery is not in here, but we need access to this lever for the side compartment. Go ahead and tip that up and you can just see the battery tucked down in here. Now that we have those compartment doors open, you have a better view of the battery. And if we look here, you'll see the counterweight is behind the battery. That's not easily removable, so we can't slide it out that way. This panel does come off pretty easy, but we can't fit the battery between the counterweight and the hydraulic tank. And above the battery is the AC condenser. And luckily, that moves out of our way. So if we look here, there are two wing nuts right on top of the AC condenser unit. This may be a little different if you don't have a cab with AC. It's probably going to be easier for you. Not that this is hard in any way. So let's get those taken out and I'll show you how that folds out of the way and we get access to our battery there. So we'll just undo these wing nuts. Now if they fight you coming out, you might want to grab a set of pliers. But two wing nuts come out, we'll just store them up here for now. All right, once those are out of place, all we're gonna need to do is lift up on this a little bit. You'll see there's these pins. So we'll lift up and start to pull out. Move this air intake hose out of the way. We pivot this out of the way, it drops back down, it locks into place. Now we have really good, easy access to our battery. We don't have to worry about fighting anything. Let's get this thing pulled out of here. Now we can see we have the battery here, so you're going to need a 10mm either ratchet with a short socket and a deep socket, or a wrench if you want to do that too. First thing I'm going to do here is take off these battery terminals. It's a 10mm. So you don't have to back these bolts out all the way, you just want them loose. Take that off, and we're using the short there so that we don't arc out against the counterweight here. The ground, we don't have to worry about that. So again, we'll just loosen those up a little bit. Battery terminals are done. I'm gonna switch to my deep socket now for the hold down bolts because they're a little taller. We're gonna go ahead and take the back hold down nut all the way off. The bottom of that back hold down is a little hard to get to, so we're going to leave it in place. We'll just store that nut up here with the wing nuts. And for the front, we only need to loosen it a bit because we can take the hold down out from the bottom. So this is going to be hard to show you, so I'll just pull it out of here. So at the bottom, we just have a 90°. And there's just a hole down there that this pushes into. So super easy. When we go and pull this out of here, we have a little cable clamp right here. So that's fixed, that won't move, and a wire going into the fuse block here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tip this battery towards the rear of the machine. We'll get it past this wire here, and then we can kinda lift straight up once we clear that. There we go. So here is the factory battery. It is a GS USA. I assume that's similar to USA that makes power sports batteries. We have a 65 amp hour battery with 582 cold cranking amps. This is a group 24 sized battery. So I went and bought a Duracell Automotive 24F that has 725 cold cranking amps. We have a problem though. So these two batteries are the same size, but if we look The right side on this one is negative. The right side on this one is positive. It will not fit. So that is a problem. So I just went and grabbed my marine battery from my boat. This is my old battery. And if we look here, this has a right side negative and a right side negative on the OEM battery. So this is a marine starting battery. I'm going to have to go back to the store and we're going to make sure we get the right battery with the positive on the left and the negative on the right, unlike this Duracell Automotive. So we'll see if we can get a return on this guy. I got this from Sam's Club. I'm a big fan of the Duracell batteries. They have done me well in multiple machines and vehicles, and they are made in USA. So, quick tip, when you're at the store, check to make sure you're buying the newest battery. I like to get the newest one. As you can see, this old boat battery is from 2019 and it is not very good anymore. So let's go swap out that battery and then we can finish the installation of the battery and see how this thing starts. Okay guys, we're coming up about 3 hours later in real time. Sam's Club during the holidays is crazy, but we have ourselves a new battery. You're gonna notice right off the bat we're a little shorter. This time we're doing a group 34. They did not have a group 24 marine battery that was gonna work for me, unfortunately. So we have a smaller battery. This is an AGM battery, but we got negative on the right on the original, negative on the right on this new battery. Plus, since this is a marine battery, we have the second screw terminal, which is good if we ever want to add accessories. Not gonna be using that now, but an inch shorter, which means we'll need to take up some of that space because the threads are not long enough on the battery hold down. I'll show you what we're going to do for that in a minute. Let's go ahead and get this put in. Before we go and install that battery, I did wash out in here because there was a little bit of dirt under the battery and I don't want that rusting out. You can actually see there's the throttle servo, so that's how your throttle goes up and down. So if you ever need to replace that, it's right there. Let's go get that battery installed. So just the same as this thing coming out of here, we're gonna tip the battery towards the rear of the machine. And we just gotta clear this wire and that bracket. That should slot down in there nicely. Very good, so we'll pop these off. We do not need the nuts. I'll probably just put them on there for safekeeping. But you can see our terminals are in the right spot, and that's great. The machine just beeped at me, letting me know we're hooked up. So we'll take our 10mm, make sure that these are on here nice and good. Again, we don't need to go crazy. Just want them snug, looking good. I'm not gonna cover those fully yet because I do want to put some corrosion protection on there. Okay, we got that as tight as I want it, but now we will see the issue that we're going to run into with running a battery. It's about an inch shorter. So you'll see on those back threads, I can't thread the nut down that whole distance. So we're going to need to come up with a spacer. You could use washers, a bushing. I'm probably going to machine an aluminum spacer for here. So I'm going to take some measurements real quick and we'll get that on the lathe. Like I said, you guys do not have to go to all this effort. You could use some washers, but I have a lathe and a little machine shop here, so I'm gonna make a nice 1 inch long bushing out of aluminum that I have here lying around the shop. So let's get into that real quick and get this made. 15 minutes later, we've got some nice aluminum 1-inch spacers. So that'll look better than a bunch of washers, but again, you don't need to do this. It's just, I have this, so might as well. So that should slot on there and be perfect there. Now it's funny because the front, that thread actually goes a lot farther down. I just don't feel like having that much thread stick up on the top, so I'll still put that spacer in. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. I'm just gently snugging these up. I don't want them crushing down on that battery. So before we get this fully buttoned up, I'm gonna go ahead and date this. All right, so I just gave it the date, so I know in the future when I put this thing in. I got some fluid film. I'm gonna put that on the terminals, just so we don't get any corrosion. Not that we had any, but better safe than sorry. All right, so before we button this fully up, let's start the machine and make sure it actually starts. All right, very good. That worked, no issues. So we're gonna reverse it before, shut this, lift up that air tube. Perfect, that's back in place. Our 2 wing nuts. Go ahead and snug those down. Very good. Shut the hood. Latch that. Shut this. Very good. So real quick in the cab here, the clock is right. I'm surprised it didn't change on me with the battery swap. But to change that, you hit this little calendar-looking piece. We're gonna scroll down to clock set, and then you can change your date. So this is how you move over with information. Get to your time. It's actually a little bit earlier than 12:37. It's 12:36, and then we'll setup completed. Well, guys, I hope you found that instructional. It's not too bad to change the battery in these machines. I know I've seen in the online groups that people were kind of concerned of how do you get that thing out of there. It's actually pretty easy. The biggest thing to remember, you're going to want a battery where if the terminals are on your side, if they're facing you, negative is going to be on the right. Automotive battery didn't seem to fulfill that for me unless you went to like a group 34, in which case it did. I went with a marine starting battery. I also went AGM. You don't need to do any of that. Just make sure that as those terminals are facing you, you want the negative on the right. So 7 years out of that battery, not bad, I can't complain. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this helps you fix your machine, keep it running without sending it to the dealer and paying them a crazy amount of money to take care of it for you. It's kind of my goal here. See you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of the day.